Today I'm going to give you a quick look at this ASUS ROG Zephyrus G15 gaming laptop that we got in the shop today. And let me just push in real tight here for those curious on the exact model number. If you want to pause it, you're welcome to do so there. But again, this is the G15, and just going to give you some quick looks at it. This is not a performance review or gaming demonstration, really just more for people that want to see what the product is like in hand and maybe you don't have access to it. So let me talk about the specs on this particular one. It comes in several different configurations, but you can see there it's got the Ryzen 9 5900HS with the Radeon graphics clocking in at 3.3 gigahertz. It's got 16 gigs of RAM, and then this one has been upgraded to Windows 11 Home. And let me show you also from the device manager here. This one has the, let's see, it is looks like a 1 terabyte SSD in there, and it's got both the Radeon, kind of the integrated graphics there, along with, and this is really what makes this one stand out, it's got the GeForce RTX 3070 graphics as well. So pretty impressive. It's nice that they gave you both of those. Then you can see on the network adapters there, it does have the Bluetooth, the MediaTek Wi-Fi, and the Realtek Gigabit Ethernet controller. And then there's your beautiful Ryzen 9 5900HS processor, and you see all the threads and cores lined up down there. And again, this one is a 1 terabyte SSD, and so you can see you've got about 933 once it's all formatted up there. Well, let me show you the screen resolution for those who are interested. And you can see there it is, 2560 by 1440, and so that is the native resolution there. And overall, you know, I was fairly impressed just taking a quick look at this unit. The one thing that kind of surprised me was the sound. It has, you know, pretty good bass for a laptop. When I was booting it up, it kind of plays a chime, kind of an ASUS chime, I guess, and I kind of turned my head because I wasn't paying attention. It was a lot lower pitched than I expected it to be. So pretty decent sound. You can see here on the keyboard it is backlit. You can almost see it at an angle. You can see what those lights look like. Let me see if I can get a little bit tighter for you. And right now it's got all the keys in red. All right, and I'll give you a quick look at some of the hotkeys you've got along that top row. Let me get the exposure down for you just a little bit. There we go. So you can see all the different hotkeys you've got along the top there. Pretty common for a laptop like this. And of course they give you the audio buttons at the top and then your power button just right off to the side there. All right, let's take a look at some of the ports. And before we do that, you can just kind of see the overall form factor. It's very kind of squared off on the edges, very nice and large trackpad there. And so on our right side, brighten that up for you just a little bit. There you go. You got your USB 3.0, then you've got a small, I believe that's a micro SD. Yeah, micro SD slot, yep. And then you've got some cooling there. You can see the fins in there, one of those Kensington security locks off to the side. I don't know if people still use those. Do you use those? If you're watching this, let us know in the comments below. This side you got the same cooling as well, and then you've got where your charger, your DC input goes, your HDMI, Ethernet. So it's nice that they actually gave you a physical Ethernet port. You know, a lot of times on laptops they've been skipping those and you have to get a, you know, USB-C adapter or something to add that in. So it is nice that they gave you that, and then another full-size USB, and then actually you get two of the USB-Cs in there along with your audio jack. It looks like it's going to be a combo mic audio jack there. So pretty simple on the way of ports, not a whole lot to report there. Let me give you a kind of a look at the back casing there so you can see, and of course they've got their Republic of Gamers kind of plaque in there. It's feels like it's actually, there's almost like a indentation where that sticker is, so it's not just sitting on the surface. Another thing that kind of impressed me here is just the overall finishes on the top. I don't know if you can see real well from the video, but you've got this mirror-like finish on the bottom. And then on the top of the laptop, I'm going to close it and see if I can get this to show up And while I'm doing it, I just noticed it does have some lights down here. I didn't notice that before. when it was open, but for, I imagine, power, hard drive, stuff like that, indicators. But on the lid here, let's see if I can get it to show up in the video. As you move the lid, it's got these little small holes, almost like, you know, perforations. And then underneath that, they've got this almost like a holographic, you know, type finish, so that as you move the laptop, you see it's kind of changing. It's kind of a neat design element, the way they did that. So hopefully that shows up in video where you can make sense of it, but in life it's a lot more vibrant, and it really just kind of gets your attention. Just kind of a nice design element there on the lid. And then flipping it over to the bottom, you can see you got lots of cooling there, obviously with the graphics card and everything inside. So you got both either side, and then you got a little section there on either corner. Then you got nice big rubber feet running the full length of the top and bottom to keep it cooled. And then for those interested in upgrading and changing things out, you can see it's got real simple setup there with screws along the perimeter there. And actually on the back, I'm just noticing something else here. They kind of did some little legs here, some feet to elevate it in the middle. And then I just noticed here it actually does spell out Zephyrus on there as well. So pretty neat overall design, pretty simple and clean. But I think some of the most impressive things are, just look how thin this particular laptop is. In fact, let me just pull out my ruler, and that way I can show you what we're measuring at. So height-wise, we are right at 1 inch. I mean, folks, that's pretty impressive. I'm at an angle right now, so it might look like it's over an inch, but when you look on it dead on, it is exactly 1 inch tall. So that's very impressive. And then overall dimensions, just lay this flat so you can see and line it up. So it's just over the 12, so my ruler goes to 12, so it's probably about 13 and a quarter, 13 and a half across there. And then if we flip it around and do the depth here, so you can see it is right at 9 3/4 on the depth there. And once you open it up, I mean, you can see just how slim that profile is there. So really impressive that they jammed all that into this single laptop. But for those watching, I hope this video was helpful, just to give you some quick looks on it. For those who don't know, JBrokers is a risk-free secondhand marketplace, and so we buy and sell all kinds of laptops and gadgets, just like this gaming laptop here. So if you're looking to sell or upgrade and you don't want to mess with Facebook Marketplace or the scams and hassle of dealing with different buyers that route, definitely check us out at jbrokers.com. We're basically like a middleman, and so we take care of all that risk and hassle for you, and then we pay you a lump sum of cash up front before we even sell your product. And all you have to do is go to our website, jbrokers.com, and for a gaming laptop or something unique like this one here that has a lot of options, you're going to click on Get Personalized Offer, and then we will get you a cash offer. There's no obligation to accept it or anything. If you're just curious and you want to go through the process, that is perfectly fine. But the two things that our customers love about us most are that we always pay the agreed upon amount for the agreed upon item. There's no bait and switch gimmicks ever. And then secondly, we always pay our customers on the next business day after receipt. So definitely check us out at jbrokers.com. That's JAY brokers.com. Thanks for watching.